So guys, Bitcoin is dumping, altcoins are starting to pump for the 24-hour, and many people are starting to say altcoin season is about to happen, especially with all the events that are going to be happening in the start of Q1. But I want to give you guys some specific indicators pointing to the opposite, showing how liquidity might be going towards Bitcoin and USDT as opposed to altcoins. But if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated around the specific indicators and charts around Bitcoin, altcoins, just so you can understand how rotation and liquidity moves in the market. And I also drop day-to-day videos to keep you guys updated on the specific sentiment, which altcoins are popping off, and exactly what you need to know minus all the fluff. Right now, guys, altcoins are starting to pump up for the 24-hour, but there's a few specific indicators pointing to the fact that maybe in the next week or so, we could be seeing a dip for altcoins. And right now, it is looking green, but I always preach on here, you need to focus on what's not in focus. So I'm going to jump into those specific indicators, the sentiment that you need to be focused on, and everything else. Let's jump into it. So guys, as I said, Bitcoin is crashing down, sitting at around 94,000. Bitcoin dominance is seeing a little bit of a reversal after ripping up out of these specific trend lines that we were drawing, just pointing to the fact that liquidity is moving back into Bitcoin. And we also have been keeping up with the USDT dominance chart as well, just because USDT dominance and Bitcoin dominance have a correlation as to where the liquidity is moving into the market. Usually people want to hedge, usually whenever we start to see dips for altcoins, by moving into the top, caps like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then also as well as stable coins like USDT. But overall, there's a ton of events happening in the crypto markets, which is causing a lot of the dips and liquidity shifts happening overall in terms of altcoins, as well as with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and multiple others. But jumping into it right now, guys, I want to breeze over a few specific events that are really key. Metaplanet buys 620 Bitcoin for $60 million, its largest purchase, bringing holdings to 1,762 Bitcoin, worth 168 million, as Bitcoin dips below 100K. Bitcoin marks its first major decline since Trump's election win, after dropping 10% this week after hitting a $108,135 all-time high. Van Eck predicts U.S. Bitcoin reserve could cut national debt by 35% by 2049 if Bitcoin hits 42.3 million, driven by 25% annual growth. And Michael Saylor proposes a U.S. crypto framework with a Bitcoin reserve plan aiming to create up to 81 trillion wealth and reduce national debt. And there's more, guys, like MicroStrategy now holding 439,000 Bitcoin, and a few other ones like Uniswap's Unchained Mainnet, and overall a few other ones like Trump's nominations, and VC Invest, and a few other things. But overall, guys, we're starting to see money move in the markets around Bitcoin, which is super key. We're even seeing big things like this. Publicly traded Matador Technologies Inc. approves to purchase $4.5 million in Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. So guys, big companies, big corporations are starting to gravitate towards the idea of a Bitcoin strategic reserve asset, and they want to, get ahead of everybody on this. So of course, we're starting to see a lot of big money move into Bitcoin, and as a result, guys, liquidity is going to shift very significantly. And right now, the crypto news in the markets right now, everyone thinks altcoin season is about to start. Of course, you should be taking advantage of the dips, dollar cost averaging. There's a whole bunch of news events around Trump and exactly the assets he's buying, and everyone is super bullish. But at the end of the day, I want to give you guys the perspective on both sides, if we could be dipping as well as if we're going to be ripping up. Miles Dutcher's talking about how he told you, he was saying how he was going to see a bounce on Monday. He said it on yesterday, and I also have been talking about this. I said, with everyone around their families, Christmas going on, the holidays, of course everyone is going to be on their phones. Of course we're going to see price action taking place in the market, but I don't want you to get completely front run by this. I think a lot of people are starting to make decent gains, and even my portfolio, if we were to look at it right now on the 24-hour, I'm up 12%, 7%, 11%, 5%, and it just goes on. But at the end of the day, I don't want you guys to see these pumps and think, oh crap, alt season is about to start. This leads me into the specific chart around Tether dominance that has the predictions leading to the fact that more than likely we could be dipping more for Bitcoin and for altcoins, because we're going to be seeing liquidity jump from asset to asset. So Justin Bennett goes on to say, adding some details to his Tether dominance comments earlier, weekly close above 4.29%, and now a bullish break from a symmetrical triangle with a 4.86 objective, and a weekly imbalance at 4. 0.97%. And I don't want you guys to get too confused about this. Overall, I was just talking about how Tether dominance is showing exactly the perfect setup based off of his predictions around how everything is moving. Overall, it says note the flip of old resistance to new support on the weekly. The next stop is probably 4.7 to that 5% region. But why am I telling you guys this? Overall, it says bottom line, if crypto dumps this week, look at the 4.86 to 5% region for the next buying opportunity. This is not financial advice, and even on this YouTube channel, this is not financial advice. The whole reason why I'm showing you guys this chart is pointing to the fact that more than likely USDT dominance can shoot up to this specific zone, this red region that you're seeing at the top where we see the word objective. And if we start to shoot up to this region, that means liquidity is going to start moving back from altcoins into USDT as well as Bitcoin. And if that starts to happen, it's going to create a lot of buying opportunity for altcoin investors. And I think a lot of people right now are starting to invest in the markets because they're not keeping up with these specific events. They're not keeping up with the sentiment and deciphering and exactly deciding what is going to be happening. Now, we could be, completely invalidating exactly everything that I'm telling you, but based off of what's been happening these past 2 weeks, based off of previous predictions on the previous cycle in 2021 and 2020, overall, I do believe that we're going to be seeing a squeeze for altcoins before they shoot up to Valhalla. And at the end of the day, this is my own personal opinion, not opinion, but overall, that's why right now I actually am not allocating to the market. I'm actually waiting till we see more of a dip and until I have more information around Bitcoin dominance as well as Tether dominance. But guys, that is currently what's taking place in the market. People have different perspectives around what's going to be happening with altcoins. People anticipated a pump on Monday, so did I, but keeping up with Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance is really important right now, just because in the next week we could be seeing a huge squeeze for altcoins. So overall, I want to run you guys back through all the charts and exactly what you need to be focused on and exactly what I'm doing in the markets as a crypto investor. So right now, Bitcoin is crashing down very significantly, sitting at around 94,000. Bitcoin dominance has been seeing a little bit of a retracement after ripping up out of the specific wedge zone that we have been drawing with these specific trend lines. USDT is also starting to pump up very significantly. Now, Justin Bennett is pointing to the fact that, based off of what we're seeing with Tether dominance, more than likely we could be shooting up to this 4.6 to 5% region. And this, guys, don't really get confused on the percentages. That's just letting you know that more than likely that this is going to be seeing a squeeze for our altcoins, just because if USDT dominance shoots up and Bitcoin dominance shoots up, altcoins are going down. Now, moving into what's happening into the markets, there's a whole bunch of different things happening, but the whole point of why I'm showing you guys all these events is pointing to the fact that money, big money, is moving around Bitcoin right now. And when that happens, that's whenever we're going to start to see dips and a lot of liquidity start to shift in the market. Like how I said, Meta Planet buys 620 Bitcoin for $60 million. Van Eck predicts U.S. Bitcoin reserve could cut national debt by 35% by 2049 with a 25% annual growth. Michael Saylor proposes a U.S. crypto framework with a Bitcoin reserve plan. MicroStrategy now holds 439,000 Bitcoin and much more, guys. From here, I also showed you how Matador Technologies has already approved the purchase of a $4.5 million in Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. And the whole point, guys, is big money is moving into Bitcoin, and I think that this is pointing to the fact that liquidity is going to be shifting into the top caps as well as USDT. Now, jumping into what everyone believes, everyone thinks altcoin season is about to start, but there's a lot of mixed opinions in terms of what's going to be happening based off of exactly what is currently taking place in the crypto markets as well as news events around Trump and a few other specific things. Miles Dutcher and a few other specific influencers are super bullish, and I'm bullish too, but at the end of the day, I've been anticipating this jump up, especially with the holidays, everyone being around their families, like how I told you. So I don't want you guys to get faked out by all of the green in the market. Of course, it's awesome. Of course, you're making some gains. Even me, I'm making some decent gains. Some of my projects are up quite significantly for the 24-hour, but that is not gonna fool me. Wiping everything to the side, guys, what am I doing right now? Right now, the information around Bitcoin dominance dominance and USDT dominance is super key. In the next week or so, we're actually going to have the information to let us know if altcoins are going to be getting squeezed. And by the time that information comes out, if you've already, you know, tried to allocate or you threw your whole load, then you're going to feel the pain, guys. And that's why on this YouTube channel, I keep you guys updated with the day-to-day events, because everything changes in the crypto markets. A day in the crypto markets is like a week in normal life. So it's really crazy, guys. The time is really important. Keeping up with these specific indicators and charts is really going to let you know what's going to be happening for altcoins and when you need to be buying. But if you're new to my channel, guys, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated around specific indicators around Bitcoin, altcoins, tether dominance, and a few others, just so you understand how liquidity moves in the market, the M2 money supply, a lot of different things, guys. Just because if you can know how money moves in the market, you can make some crazy gains. I've realized that in this whole crypto bull cycle, and that's why I'm really focusing on these charts and wondering when I want to enter. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events. Overall, keep up with these specific things. If you're new to the channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my channel. Let me know what you guys think of my perspective around altcoins, around Bitcoin, around tether dominance, and a few other things. I know not everyone completely agrees with me, but that's why I share my perspective. I love to get everyone's opinion, and I hope to, you know, entertain and educate as much as I can. But this is not financial advice by any means. Anticipate dips, guys. We're going to be keeping up with the day-to-day events, and I'm going to let you guys know exactly what I'm doing, when I'm buying, when I'm selling, and everything else in between the cracks. But new to the channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.